was that philosopher?
I think it was Sir Brennan Hook.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, knighted too, because of that wise debate skills. Either way, I think there's a lot of questions still about, obviously, the Deaths touched on so many of them, right? The role that Curry's going to be playing is not the one that he's been playing recently. And now he's going to get tier 1 team and filling big, big shoes, Doug.
How big, you think?
Zeta's shoes? Massive.
You think so? Yeah, you may be right. Cloud9 starting off on attack. You see that, I don't want to say common because we haven't seen Fade for very long, but that same haunt that goes up, the Sage Roll instantly gets dropped. As Optic are able to keep the initial push back.
Yeah, but Leaf has got a great position actually to find some kills after this Viper Wall goes down.
See, he's not doing a whole lot yet. You've got a pretty interesting flank coming through from Ye. Uh-oh, this may be a problem. Yeah, it is. Ye gets the opener in the series.
Oh,
Curry just trades it right back.
yeah, he was just holding mid the entire time, but actually Finesse is re-exploring in towards A, realizing that this hit is going to go towards B,
30 seconds left.
but they don't have a Sage Wall anymore. They don't have a Viper Wall, so how do they get this plant down? Hopefully, they'll be able to do it, and they will. Nobody actually fighting this at all, and on the backside, Curry goes down to Finesse in a really awkward fight, and the flank is on.
And the flank continues as Finesse is able to get another. How many more can he find? No more. Zeppa takes care of him. Spike ticking away. A 3v2 turns into a 3v1 very quickly. Zeppa's still healthy, though, and you've got Crashies and Victor pretty weak. But Victor's sticking it. He's already gotten half. He has to pull off. Zeppa 2! Oh my gosh! 10 HP. Crashies is weak, and he's just going to stick it the whole way, and he gets the kill at the end. Optic take the pistol.
Oh, I hate this already. That looks so cool. He almost won it, and he just sticks it. And then there's the waffling going down on the flank between Curry and Finesse. He gets another kill somehow. I can't believe that round was even close. Either way, Optic come out strong on the defense. And Cloud9 will have to attack their way again. They've bought a hero rifle on Leaf. He's got a Vandal armor. It was dropped to him by Zeppa from those 3 kills that he got, so maybe it will actually convert into something. And this is very difficult to actually read into. So what they need to do is hide the fact that he's a Vandal for a long time until he can get into a position to actually pick somebody off.
A green wall up against one singular Leaf as he floats his way forward. He's got the Vandal that you mentioned! Alright, Jake's up, they know.
Still backside. Nobody there to actually trade Finesse. So they're going to be able to get this spike down. Nobody's still here to actually deny it. And because of how it went on pistol round, Finesse is going for something cheeky, though. He's just walking through.
Entirely unexpected as he's able to find value. Vanity trades him out, though. That Vandal's still just kind of sitting harmlessly. It hasn't been picked up by anyone. And now the gun advantage on full display. I was going to say, as Optic have control, but Curry's able to take care of that. Now 2v2 here. Spike.
And he got it. Snuck away with the Vandal.
They did. And they've got lineups. How do Optic get in?
Still plenty of time. Even this Molly won't completely deny.
He's got a swing. Vanity with the first. There's the Molly. There's no way Marv gets in. Yeah, and then he gets dropped at the very end. Vanity gets the third, and the hero rifle ball, it pays off in a big way for Cloud9.
Absolutely it does. And Vanity also gets a couple kills in that round, too. Well on his way to the 20 bomb that Sideshow said was necessary, potentially, for Cloud9 to go up against Optic on this very impactful roll swap for him onto KO. And a massive decision, too. Remember, off the backs of just Zeppa getting those 3 kills, he's able to buy a Vandal up for Leaf. Leaf gets 1, and then they sneak away with the gun. Fast mid take here from Cloud9. And I'm wondering if the pace will slow down again. Yes. As the haunt goes over, they slow it down just to group up. And the Prowler's actually pushing Crashies all the way back, too.
Well, they've got to be careful here. Optic have spent 2 down B long. And yeah, Leaf isn't able to hold him back.
A lot here relies on Curry.
Well, it looks like Victor's going to pick up a weapon real quick and upgrade that to continue this round.
He's got to be able to hold on to this flank, Curry does. Because, yeah, there's the first kill as well. There's still 2 players he has to fight through, because otherwise it exposes the rest of his team, and they're doing a great job shutting it down. Multiple players coming from multiple sides, and the second Marv's close.
I was going to say they hadn't dealt with Victor's Vandal, and he's gotten it down to a 1v1. And he still has that Bulldog. Marv did already tapped. He taps the second time. It's a game of chicken to shoulders thrown. Vanity, tempting fate. Marv has real no choice but to stick it. He's already gotten it to half, but I don't think Vanity's going to give him enough. He's going to get the kill again as Cloud9 get to 2.
Really well played from Vanity again. Intense moments. I thought that round as Curry was wrapping up those kills in mid was going to go really well for them, but then the flank comes through from Victor. On the side of the spike. The Vanity holds steadfast again. The timing on his shoulder peaks to check if he's actually on the spike. And within the first 3 rounds, we get exactly what we wanted. Traded rounds, Cloud9 forcing 1 Vandal. I mean, everything you could have wanted from this giga-banger of a match.
Where are you?
Yay again in a position to cause problems. Swings around at just the right time. And so far, the hero for Cloud9 is drop picked right back up. Thanks to Mitch.
Break down the delay wall. Double ult coming in.
Yeah, but what can they find with it? Ye's glad to keep it back for now. Yeah, there's a trail that's going to keep him on his tail. But for now, nothing doing. The spike goes down.
Ult pushes everybody back, but they just wait out the trails, actually. Still 1 C's for Zeppa. And he's playing close. Counter no command as well, though. Completely denies any of that.
First flash, Mitch. Line not able to see much as Optic find the room that they need. They find the space to work with, and they retake the site. Curry's left alone. He's got 2 snake bites, but he has way too many targets to deal with, and Victor's going to get the defuse.
He just was in range of the no commands. I thought for sure that he was going to be able to get those snake bites off, but he's too close, and he gets tagged once. And that's pretty much it. So no snake bites out. Ah, that hurts for Curry in his first game here with Cloud9.
Just a couple of pistols to work with here for Cloud9. They still have that Hero Vandal that we saw a couple of rounds ago. This time, once again, in the hands of Leaf. On the side of Optic, you've got rifles. You're going to have the Tour de Force out from Ye. Full armor to boot, too.
They're going to go for this so often.
Did he get it? Yeah, he did. So they were able to get early space towards the A orb, get Marv the Viper Spit.
And that's going to be huge because last time, remember, Leaf tried to walk up with this hero rifle. This time there's a little bit more behind the rest of the teammates. And they reactively put it down. But this one's not actually covering the top of 410. So they can sneak through if they do so desire.
Finesse spots a little something. The flash in his face. He tries to spam through, and it doesn't matter. As Vanity gets one up close and personal. He upgrades a weapon, gets a second. So far, things to be working out okay.
And they've got the pit down on their own.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous from Vanity. Crashes go for hero play, though. His teammate's nowhere near.
Big kill out from Curry. Now Ye's on the flank. Do they continue?
Look at Victor. He's running away. Yeah, he doesn't have anything, so just the tour de force to try to get some guns down.
This is usually where the magic happens, though. Yeah, looking for anything he can find. Takes care of Zeppa. Got Leaf, who's repositioned to the opposite side. Any sort of value he can find at this point would have been icing on the cake. And an otherwise pretty bad situation, but he just gets one.
Vanity again, though. Immediately walking top of pipes, recognizing the gap that they have. Finesse is trying to hold on to that rope push that could be. And he's up to 7 and 4. 2 rounds as well, picking up a Vandal on a round that he shouldn't be able to do so. And gets big impact. And also, we have to pay attention to how Optic is playing that. That time, Crash is trying to walk in, make a hero play by himself, right? No delay, because both of his teammates die on site. So Cloud9 full taking advantage of that. Double shock lined up to actually potentially catch Curry. It's interesting because usually that's against a drone of a Sova player, but they don't have one on the other side.
And what's been an otherwise eventful start to this map very quickly transitions to a quiet round. As you see on your minimap, Cloud9 haven't made it up very far at all. You just now have Zeppa starting to explore up ramp. A little bit more attention leaning B.
So one problem here for Cloud9, they don't have a drone to clear A's position. And he's so good in these spots.
You messed him up. Messed him up, Victor. He's going to have to drop down. Presence noted. And here comes the Hunter's Fury. He's trying to push forward, trying to find some space. Mitch gets a wall up, and Victor patiently able to spam right through, not able to get the kill. As Curry trades that out, the spike goes down.
Step right through the toxic screen at the worst moment, too. We're looking like Optic of old, saving immediately here.
Yeah.
And no yay with no op either. Cloud9 is doing a great job actually forcing their way onto these sites.
Optic have to be, and I don't even know how we'd get to this from a data perspective, but Optic have to be one of the most fiscally sound teams in all of North America, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, especially on Icebox specifically.
Yeah.
Responsible in their saves. But again, there, I think a player on Optic or two are getting ahead of the play, right? Ahead of what's coming. When they're trying to deny the plant, trying to find any sort of kill. There was the round where Crashies pushed through the Viper's pit, then this round as well. Victor trying to get through the toxic screen to break down the Sage wall. And it will have to be a timeout here called. The other thing to note too, Cloud9 had a fantastic attack side against Evil Geniuses on this map in week number 1, right? So starting out strong, that seems to present the same trend that they had the last time too, even though there's been a swap. And Curry, I mean, outside that first pistol round, he's certainly moved up.
yeah, you even think about that massive kill just at the end of this previous round here through the Sage wall to be able to take care of Victor, who was looking to play spoiler at a key moment. And it was really that. And then the subsequent kill that essentially put Optic in a situation where they realized they had no play and they were just going to punt the rest of it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, excellent start other than the pistol, as you mentioned, from Curry so far.
And I have to wonder what's going to happen when actually does get the op online, though. Because in that position that he just was, where he got punished from Leaf, and I just walked up, right? And you're not going to be able to do that when does get his op online. And that has been a key in the eco rounds that they won with the hero buys. And in that last round too. So that has to be important. When you talk about fiscally great on this map, at least for Optic, still not really getting that. In 7 rounds too.
It's interesting. You saw the knife come out at the very beginning of the round by Vanity to hit Kitchen. Nobody was tagged off of that. See Leaf creeping forward, just thinking about it. There is an alarm bot on the other side to keep him at bay, though. There he goes exploring. No response from Optic, though.
That's really nice, too, for him to proactively put down the TP so he doesn't have to cross at all. And then be able to get that off in time as Victor tries to knife him.
I have the spike.
But still no sign of what exactly they want to do. Meanwhile, Optic doesn't have that much in terms of actually information other than they were exploring mid at some point. Oh, they're faking mid right now. Vanity's just put down, or actually, Mitch has just put down the wall.
Oh, but kills on both sides. And perhaps a false sense of security as Ye still plays back sight. Oh, that's as free a kill as you're going to get. The siege shows up a bit late. The spike is still down in no man's land. As Ye tries to keep the Prowler back, succeeds. Crashies with the shock dart. It's Vanity. He's going to have to do it himself.
There's still mollies on the spike though, so
Yeah, he can't get in. Nothing being given to him, man. Nothing at all. Well played by Optic.
another gun round too. And Cloud9 have stacked up the money. But over and over we're seeing late round kills going very, very well in favor of Optic. That time Ye coming out huge. Kind of shutting down the round because there was a mid split going on at the same time. Cloud9 tried to fake over towards B. But usually those late round mid splits where Optic is already falling off of B, they're not playing in the lane that you see right here. They're more playing in towards mid, hoping for their utility to be able to delay them a lot.
Early wall out from Finesse gets taken out as Leaf uses the Tour de Force to try to spot anyone, and he does. Takes care of Victor.
They're grouping too. Siege just went off too to catch people trying to fall off of B site. Doesn't actually find Marv though.
Here comes Cloud9. Victor's already fallen. How much space can Cloud9 find? They have an all-commanded wall to provide a little bit of cover at the very end. And the spike goes down without challenge.
And they have to wait out till the suppresses end, and they do.
No ults for Optic here to fight back.
Leaf, one slow could really put a wrench in everything here. Oh.
There's for now as he gets two. Leaf not able to get much else. It's a 3v2 in favor of Cloud9. His kills just continue to trade back and forth. He's left alone, and I don't know that he's going to have time. He doesn't have any health either. He's just going to try to save the weapon. Another round going in favor of Cloud9.
And we were talking about it. Leaf on yellow actually tried to TP and stuck actually towards yellow. I'm not sure where his second TP was or what happened there, but they nullified him, right? There were slows going on in his position. There was a nade as well. He's blind. He doesn't get anything with his Tour de Force, so no slow fields put down from him. But the rest of Cloud9 still responds so easily to the onslaught coming on. That delay was too much. And Finesse made the rotate all the way off B to go res Victor, who got picked early. And that costed a lot of time.
See the utility set up to deny the orb there from Cloud9. That was pretty.
And it's important too because actually Ye has been trying to farm. We talked about the op problems. Getting that Tour de Force up. So important that he gets caught by the classic Curry spot. Super unusual for Ye, who's so methodical when he does those pushes. Curry actually was almost the first person in NA at least to start playing Viper and start making it one of the meta picks on this map. And he was playing in those spots just like that, where it's so easy to catch people pushing.
You see the layers to Cloud9, man. They have this round locked up. You see Zeppo was left behind to get the kill off of Victor when he was getting the orb. Curry controlling mid-map. And now look at how far up Zeppo is. And now look at how far up Zeppo is.
And Marv has no escape.
There's nowhere to go.
Even if he was able to find a gun, he's trapped. Cloud9 looking really good right now. Another anti-eco for them. They haven't had much chances for that, surprisingly enough. Because this game, while the score is 6-3, what has it been? Is it 2 wins so far?
Most, yeah.
Yeah, which Cloud9 is buying a Vandal into, basically, and the rest are just holding pistols. I mean, really, really good job from them to convert on those 2 rounds. But Optic, sloppy, continuously on anti-eco rounds. That was a problem for them at Reykjavik, and it's still a problem now, apparently.
That's going to be a problem, too. If Leaf continues to get these duels onto Ye, could prove to be a long day for Optic. It's
super rare to see Ye not able to find value. over 10 rounds from an operator, from a sniper.
Kind of goes back to what Josh was saying earlier, right? Like, the expectation has become that he drops 20, 25, 30. His greatness has become so commonplace.
Yeah.
That, to his point, you've just kind of become desensitized to it. But when it's lacking, it hurts.
Yeah. It's immediately everybody's talking about it. Oh.
But you've still got Crashies. 2 nice kills out from him to try to keep back the push on A. And he gets info to the 3rd. As the 4th thought, yeah, I thought it was going to be there, and he does. He gets it through the shock dart. And Zeppa's left alone in this 1v3. He did pick up the spike, and he's got a chance at this.
Find you. 30 seconds left.
1v2 now. Haunt not getting any info, but the ult certainly is. Oh, how does Zeppa play this? He decides to push forward, and Marv just yoinks him out of the sky for Optic to get 4.
Just backed off. Stuck on an off angle. Couldn't use, actually didn't use the sound to his advantage. He could have dropped down, for example. But even still, difficult angle to fight for. This is gorgeous from Crashies. Then the last shock, what we missed, essentially, as he died. Right on top of the player. Finally, yeah, he's actually bought up and has the operator in this.
It's been a long time coming. We'll see what he can find with it. That wall up from FNS is going to block, delay, push from B at the beginning of the round. Once again, we see that ult orb farmed in the hands of Curry. Now 1 point away from having that Viper's Pit.
Last time they used it over towards A. Counter Viper's Pit after Vanity got a couple huge kills, but wow.
With an op, by the way. Just pushing forward. Reckless abandon as he changes over to the Headhunter. No target given quite yet, but Victor's just on the other side of the wall.
And the problem is, with this Viper's Pit, it kind of ceded space that Leaf took. So they don't even really care. They're just going to play against somebody playing there.
He's got to be careful here, and there it is. Leaf gets 1. Repositions. It's Marv playing in his Viper's Pit, creeping his way forward.
Oh. Meanwhile,
They've left him.
Yeah, while they're falling back, Curry's actually put down a wall as he falls, so that's not going to be impactful at all, but you can see the idea for them to take B through mid late in the round.
They're going to come back? But do they expect Marv?
They have to be quiet. Otherwise, Marv has full information on how to play, but with the pit falling, I think they think he's left completely.
How much info can Leaf find? There it is. He can find 1 kill. That's plenty of good info. Victor trades him out. The trap is still set. 10 seconds left. They are going to be able to get the spike down. Now the 3 remaining members of Optic are going to take this in from the defender's side. Spike goes down. Victor with no armor trying to reposition. Drops down. Moving forward, Mitch. Should get a chance at something here. Oh, yeah, still lands a shot with the op. Mitch able to get the first and the second. 1 more remaining. Finesse up in heaven. Mitch falls down. Snaps not able to get the second as Zeppa cleans him up, and Cloud9 gets a 7.
Ridiculous stuff as well for them to stop Marv in his tracks, who had such a read on the round. Knew as soon as they got that kill into Curry, they'd have to fall back over towards A. And it's Leaf right now in this moment that takes him out from the backside. Remember, he was lurking up inside of A at the beginning of that round. Took out Crashies as he tried to shoulder peek. And he's just held that spot.
Leave still with that operator. Got a couple of ultimates to work with here as we enter the last round of the half. Crashies has a little something to work with. Vanity and Curry do too. And an aggressive push out from Ye because, well, why not? And he's going to spot the spike. He's going to spot the spike. He's going to get a kill too, but does he understand someone's right behind him? Mitch doesn't get the timing on the first. Is Ye unknowingly. Why not? Mitch is just waiting. He knows he's there. Great reaction. And off of that ball, really no space taken.
Marv is still pushed up on top of that white box. Yeah, right here next to it. And at the same time, Leaf explored all the way up kitchen again. Marv is in hot water, though. Barely escapes.
Yeah, it seems to have cooled off considerably. As Leaf, you mentioned he was in kitchen with the op. He's now working his way back down tube. Spike's still not down. Wall goes up. Look at Zeppa. Sneaky son of a gun, and there it is. He's paid off. The patience pays off as Zeppa gets a second.
They still think he's there.
I mean, Finesse and Victor have so much work before them. Taking care of Zeppa is a great start.
Curry's still got 2 snake bites too.
Yeah. Can Lee find anything with this up? Yes, he can. Just went from bad to worse for Finesse. Leader for Optic. No armor. That's one. Upgrades. He's going to have to go fast. And he very quickly is met with his demise. An 8-4 half for Cloud9 here on Icebox. Friends, we're going to a break. We will be back to close out this map. Don't go anywhere. We walked into this series with a lot of questions. How would Curry look on Cloud9? Would Ye be able to drop 50? Is Josh really Iron 3? And some of those have been answered, not all, as we enter the second half of Icebox. Cloud9 with a big lead, and I am being told that there was a player who disconnected, and that is the reason for this technical pause, but we'll be getting back into the fun stuff here as soon as possible. Balla, Cloud9 look really good right now with this new roster.
Yeah, they do. Mad props to Curry, but I'm specifically looking at Vanity. He's continuing what he did last week against EG. Super impactful. Like, he might not be leading the scoreboard, but he's up there. And also, those rounds that he won were thrifty rounds, essentially. I mean, they're very low buy, picking up Vandals from his teammates or actually getting one from the opponents as well. So he's playing really, really well. And yeah, you have to say Curry has been so far so good. I think this is a role that he's really comfortable with on this map. Clearly, he's playing old positions, and it feels like they've slotted him in perfectly. I think on the other side, though, for me, Optic, while Ye is still 12-10, he only had an op in his hands one round, outside of the tour de force rounds, which has come naturally, which is very, very surprising. So those eco round losses that they had, mad impactful.
And those eco round losses really are what have gotten us to this point. You mentioned Vanity and the value he's able to provide in those tense moments. Those situations that seem unwinnable, or at least shouldn't go his way, have gotten him here. Now, reminder that this is just the first map. This is Cloud9's pick, but they certainly do look good. You also mentioned, you mentioned Ye, and well, for good reason. I think Finesse has also been pretty pivotal, in the way that he's played out this first half, and you kind of wonder, now that they're turning towards attack, is he going to be able to keep that up?
Yeah, I think yes and no. I mean, this is obviously the half that's much more difficult, I think, for Sage players to play, just in general. Obviously, their focus is a lot different, and their role is a lot different. They're not going to be able to make the type of plays that Finesse was making, walking through late and whatnot. He has to be the forefront, putting that wall down. But also, I think the way that the chamber changes have actually played out here, where there's only one trademark, I think Cloud9 was taking very, very good advantage of that. You saw Leaf just free floating a lot of times, just going up kitchen, breaking it, and there's nothing else that people could play off of from that second trademark. And you saw Ye try to actually push to take advantage of that on the opposite side as well, right? But every single time, there was somebody receiving on the end of Cloud9, and he couldn't find that value. I expect Cloud9 to really try to lean into that idea as well, because so far, if their game plan on attack is around kind of abusing that, and being able to walk up a lot more times, dry walking into sites, then on defense, it's certainly going to be that way as well.
I'm being told now that one tech pause was not enough. We wanted another. And while it was initially on the side of Cloud9, it seems like Optic had a couple of issues of their own. Both of them have since been rectified. And now we're getting back into Icebox. Again, an 8-4 half for Cloud9 in this opener of this best of three. Two seeming titans in North America clashing for the first time this stage. And while the score may not necessarily reflect it, there have been a lot of rounds that have delivered.
Sure. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I think at the beginning of that game, it already started off tense. And we're going to the second half as well. Right now, Optic has to pull back, something very difficult on their attack side right now. Instantly, B-Wall and Orban towards mid. Doesn't look like anything crazy. We're also going to have to pay attention to crashes and how he finds impact with that drone, because that was missing for Cloud9 on the first half. It barely makes it all the way up towards white at the top, so you can't clear yellow with it.
Optic turning their attention to B. They have left
Gonna push.
Marved as a trap on A. But yeah, everything else is going that way. And you see a very different variety and very different flavor of a wall as they put that down. But the fragment, okay. Finesse is able to get away. And look at them push into defender spawn. Victor's there. Oh, but he's not able to get anything as Leaf takes care of him. Curry finds another one. As Optic just kind of fall apart. The defenses for Cloud9 seem too strong, at least for now.
Player standing.
And well, it never really turned off of that.
Stick is just continuing as well. Leaf just keeps getting the better of Ye in that long-range chamber fight. One taps him out of the round. And it's cool to see. Not only Cloud9 responds so well to that strat, where I call it the Navi strat, that's the first time I saw it, but DRX is running it a lot against Optic and their opponents on Icebox at Reykjavik. So Optic just steals it, but Cloud9 is prepped for it, right? Immediately Vanity knows how to throw the nade for it. Finesse is going down very low, and they're already fighting in the back of Snowmen by the hut. They already know that that's going to be where they're going to take the fight. And it honestly kind of felt like they knew it was coming as well, with how slow that approach was with the wall and the smoke. Ooh.
We were talking about the matchup between Ye and Leaf and how it seems like Leaf has had his number. This feels like one of the few times this entire map. We can say it's gone the other way. That's big for Victor to get another one. That's a one Spectre on the side of Optic here.
Yeah, but he's all stuck. And Zeppa knows it. Uses the wall. Curry's wall, who's on the other side of the map, by the way, perfectly. Good comms, clearly, from Cloud9 right there. And Curry's going for more.
Yeah, he wants eco frags. Ye seems like he's been heating up, at least this round.
One enemy remaining.
How have they gotten it to this point? Now they have two Spectres to work with, and yeah, Ye is weak. But Zeppa's got a decent shot at this. He just spotted Marv too. Oh, he lands the shots! This Marv was falling out of the sky. Zeppa gets it to a 1v1. And again, we talked about how good Ye's been this round. He's going to have to do it again.
There's 3 Headhunter bullets too. He's holding the Spectre.
Oh, the shoulder! And Zeppa gets it. 3 at the end of the round and gets the defuse as well.
Unbelievable. Optic almost pulled out their own eco round win. But Cloud9 say no. Multiple holes in that round that Cloud9 or Optic actually pushed into. For example, Victor picking up the Spectre, pushing back sight, but Zeppa cleans him up. And then also Curry fighting on this A site, getting 2. A little bit all over the place. Chaotic round to say the least. But Cloud9 look like they don't mess around with these anti-ecos. Super clean right now. And they're up by 6. Not something I expected. Even their map pick, Optic started to improve a lot on this map. On the tail end of stage 1.
You mentioned the previous round being chaotic. I've got to draw attention to Vanity with the judge. In a lot of instances, the definition of chaos. See if he gets a chance at anything as Leaf. Another opener. Now the Viper's wall goes up. They're pushing into B. And they may get some room to work with here. You've just got to clear out Zeppa. Just much easier said than done.
And he's falling back into a position where he can't be cleared. So slow getting up on the spike. Look at as well Vanity flanking with the judge. Knows that this is real. And Ye gets traded.
Oh, Leaf! Leaf is so good from backside as he gets 4!
Unbelievable. Oh, he got back into that position. And was able to fight him all off as the wall comes up. Gorgeous stuff again from Cloud9, and that almost puts Optic, I mean, that almost ends the game right there. Low money. Have to make the decision whether to force for OT or play for the win. And Ye did a great job as well walking up in that space after they got slowed down for so long. But Leaf just drops down to the back of sight. Come on.
And it was really following the trail that the Prowler had left behind, right? Like,
sure.
Zeppa was able to clear out, get up into Nest, and mess with Finesse, but the important thing was the space that Leaf took off of that. That's what allowed him to get in the position to get the 3 kills that he did. Massive kills they were.
And it's interesting, too. Leaf getting another entry on that round. But Optic is still neck and neck with them in terms of first kills. They're actually ahead 8-9 or 8-7.
Really just kind of tells the story of how large the deficit was, right? When you think about this first 3 rounds and how it seems like Leaf can do no wrong. Optic had a massive lead there, but it just hasn't converted. They haven't been able to get those numbers advantages into round wins. See the buy coming out from Optic here. A Vandal, a Spectre, and a Bulldog. Make that 2.
Playing for the win. Trying to stop OT right here.
Not ready.
Big investment because they have the tour de force. And he's focused right now.
Lightning quick to get out of a precarious situation.
I like that setup from Zeppa and Mitch as well. To try to bait actually the attention. Ye was focused on Zeppa's position. If Mitch was a slight second earlier, that flash catches him, they get that easily. But on the other side, Vanity can't really help Curry.
Ah, he gets spotted. That's cleared out. The element of surprise of the judge now gone.
Oh,
Speaking of gone. Yeah, gets taken out. That tour de force no longer in play. Remember, for Optic here, the situation is very clear. They're looking to play for the win here to deny overtime, and it's a long way back up. But they're trying to take the first step. Still a 4v4 here. Victor swings through. 30 HP left. Now they're going to have to deal with the ult. As they continue to push forward, look at Zeppa. He's going to be able to find a second one under as Zeppa gets 4, and Mitch not able to get the last. It's a 1v1. He's got the Viper's Pit too.
just
Got
right
the
on
spike.
top of him.
Leaf drops down, and Leaf cleans him up to get to 12.
And they didn't even get the spike down either, so no spike plant money. Oh, it's shambles. It's complete shambles. The gamble does not work out. And Cloud9 put themselves on match point. Zeppa, by the way, 22 kills, is farmed on the second half. Absolutely so good. And that's such a difficult place as well to be fatal to, because there's so many. I mean, they're coming from above, they're coming from below you, and you can't hear any of it. Massive capitalization.
Leaf using his tour de force at the beginning of the round. Vanity 1 point from his ultimate.
And Ye going exploring right here. This is what you see when Optic has no other options. Ye go kill. And it might work out. He's got, oh, Curry knows, man. Oh my goodness.
Enemy down.
For a first game, man, for an opening match for the kid, that is so well played. He's clearly putting the system very well.
Not too shabby of a start at all. Again, it seems like Cloud9 have just done everything right. And Optic again find themselves down. With only 50 seconds left in the round. As it gets traded back, Marved. Left off where Ye was a moment ago. Curry swings around and finds a second in the same spot, returning to the scene of the crime. Does he expect finesse?
Is this just 3 awareness kills in a row? No. But still also gets a
Maybe.
volley.
Curry swings around and gets the third. And Victor's left alone in this 1v4. Curry gets 4 on the round to essentially single-handedly get Cloud9 over that over the round to get him to a 13-4 win on Icebox. Balla, that was dominant.
That was it's.
For Arbiters of Chaos as we head into map 2. Balla, have fun, bro. By all means, go ahead.
I was waiting for the moment that NA was going to get lost in the sauce with you as well, but it's finally here, and no better team to do it. And right off the bat, Mitch falls. A double peek was attempted here from Leaf and him, and they get nothing from it. And they're going to regroup towards A. Don't forget the execute power that they have on this comp right here on the attack side is ridiculous. But it might all get foiled if Leaf actually pulls off this flank.
I still can't freaking believe they're running a Yoru.
The gate crash is going in. The dice.
He commits to it too. Leaf has gotten behind enemy lines. He's going to clear out the rendezvous, but they don't seem to care as the fight is fully intended towards A. As they set their sights that way. Finesse getting the spike down. Leaf still on that flank. And this is going to be a bloodbath ball. There's still 4 up on either side.
Oh, Crash just gives up the main fight, actually.
Optic are finding what they're looking for. Leaf. Oh, but Leaf, of course. Why not? He's in a 1v2. The first sheriff shot's not going to land. Finesse gets 3 on the round, and cautious thoughts right off the bat, because for better or for worse, Yoru managed to get 2 kills, and I can hear the stonks going up already.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't imagine a way that he doesn't actually get that dice TP out or any TP out on the site, given how many flashes they have, right? They have Yoru's flashes, they have Breach flashes, and then they also have the Crashy's Fade stuff as well that's being thrown at the same time that you have to pay attention to. Plus,
And Marv Paranoia.
And Marved as well, exactly. So I can't imagine that he's not going to be able to actually bully some space off with the Yoru TPs, but it's just what he can do after that. And the interesting part, too, is this is the second new comp for Optic on this map in 2 weeks.
Variety is the spice of life. Evidently, at least for Optic on Ascent. Quiet round out here, even with the gun advantage.
Super quiet. Just putting Marved all the way back towards A. Which is interesting, right? Because you maybe reach a market smoke. But are they going to actually pivot back into him? Or is he being used as he did at Reykjavik? There's the market smoke.
Prowler, Shock Dart. You see utility flying on both sides.
Nope, they're falling back. Yep. And he's walked out with that. So Marv versus... Oh, Mitch falls. That's it. The site's open. And yeah, he's just catching rotates too. Optic is playing the Sensei go really, really well.
They're coming back to him. See the spike once again, rotating back. Marv has so much space, and he's just kind of posted up on A.
Hello. The site's open. This could get dangerous. Vanity's still here.
We've got Leaf on the flank. Vanity has to hold. Somehow. And he doesn't. Leaf on the flank is, I mean, times for all intents and purposes expired here too. I don't know that he's going to find a way in to get much of anything. Except Victor,
low.
of course.
They're both low on site. Marv has to get here fast. Uh-oh.
Stop. Leaf
Three
dashing
bullets.
forward. 3 bullets might be all he needs. No. The headhunter stops the monkey business at the very end as Optic get the second round.
Yeah, I mean, that was as clean as could be until they actually decide to commit to that site. When Marv knows the other side is open, they just don't have the information that they, is mid-clear. Are they going to actually be able to pull this rotate off? Is Marv going to be able to hang on to the site by himself for all that time? So a little bit indecisiveness, and it almost cost them because they walked into 3 players trained on their position when I think they expected that there was nobody.
Cloud9 with full guns here and full armor. Fault line in the lap of Vanity. Right at the beginning of the round. Backs right back up. And I wanted to draw attention to this earlier because Victor farmed that orb in the previous round 2 towards B. They really want to play around this dimensional drift.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen how Yoru can be used on the international stage with a breach. Double peek in mid as well takes down Leaf. Clearly, so far, not getting that same value. He's poised right now to ult up through mid after some time, and as soon as Finesse gets his fault line back up as well, those are the kinds of trap plays you could use. But Vanity spotted Marv. He does.
Oh, did he? Oh, Vanity does. Swings out, takes care of Marv. The mid pressure's still there up from Victor though. As Mitch finds another. The pieces from the side of Optic are just kind of falling apart one by one.
There's no TP out right now for Victor either. He's going to maybe wait for it, throw it down mid, try to get a pick up, spawn. I don't know.
Off your feet!
Super disjointed right now. Even this ult coming in.
Interesting.
Enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
The Rolling Thunder was used late at the end of the round in a 4v2 towards A. It looked to me like Victor was intended to get behind it, back deep into spawn on A side and cause some havoc, cause some chaos. But I mean, they were wise to it. They were just posted up.
10 seconds left.
He only has 10 seconds to get to either side. No chance. Yeah, I'm confused about that as well. I'm wondering maybe if a gate crash was broken or something like that, and they still decide to try to commit to the play, because maybe he had one that was lined up to get through to spawn. That's my only theory onto how that would have worked. And it's an interesting attempt. But either way, leaves up that possibility. Not the Rolling Thunder, but still the Dimensional Drift possibility up for this round. There's so much cheese possible on the side of Optic's comp. And that's hilarious given that last week there was also so much cheese, but this one is just, we've got Omen TP, possible tricks. Using that early. And there's the gate crash into mid.
Yeah, it's the second time he hits this spot. Previously, there was a Prowler that followed up shortly after to clear some space. A couple of flashes being traded out. I feel like Optic are doing such a good job of putting out little bits of utility throughout the map to like test and poke and prod to see what they find. You hear the Dimensional Drift just come through. They've spotted one. How much more information can he find? The flash into tree. Zeppa has to back up a bit to spam through. Yay falls.
It's just exploring in mid.
Oh man, it doesn't get easier than that. He goes exploring and it doesn't pay off at all. The paranoia, the swing out from Leaf. One, and that's all it's going to be. Vanity and Curry remain in this 3v2. Marved is weak, but they're both approaching this retake at the same site. How can Vanity pull this one off? A shock dart, that might do it. That may clear out Marv. No, he's so weak. And he just gets spammed through Jenny.
I'm really wondering how's Leaf pushed onto site there, dashing into tree, and immediately there's the flash from Curry. How neither of those players are blind. Because there was a massive opportunity there, and I think they almost shut down the round entirely. After this moment. Yeah, neither. I mean, it missed completely. That was for Dice. And Victor was in front of it. And Optic is just going to hammer this home. Right back towards A.
Crashy's 1 point away from having his ult. We'll see if they try to prioritize that somehow. As for now, Optic seem to be in full control.
It's the same Dice TP that they threw on pistol round. Wow.
That haunt is so good. It clears out, as you guys just saw, it clears out tree as well, but Victor's already too far up.
It's crazy all the utility that they just spammed there. 2 flashes from both Yoru and Breach, the haunt as well.
It's almost like they're waiting for the right moment to push. That paranoia is going to tag both of them up here as you see them drop down into hell. Mitch looking to see if he can get any kills with the Prowler in his face, but Finesse and Yay trade it back. As Zeppa's left alone, he gets 2. And that was all it was. Yay and Victor remain standing as Optic get to 4.
That execute looks so hard to deal with, and just like pistol round, Cloud9 just give it up. We've kind of played on the outskirts of it at the beginning. But they have to play that for retake. I mean, there's so much utility. And like you said, that haunt finds everybody playing Gen or Dice, being able to see over the top of it. All it doesn't do is dark on this site, pretty much. And you have to just adjust so hard to actually fight and break it, right?
Yeah.
Either you're playing close and the crosshair placement's ridiculous, or you're playing way far away and not actually able to get in on the fight. So, Cloud9 timeout. And I think the one idea really they've been pushing so far, their game plan has been, let's push mid a little bit with Mitch and Leaf. Hasn't truly been nullified. I think the cat push is getting stopped immediately by a 9-2 FNS, by the way. Every time he's just from top mid throwing down a fault line on cat, and that denies, I believe, Leaf most of the time who's pushing cat, at least to have the same timing as Mitch. And then that round as well, the null command from Zeppa coming out early so that they can try to fight and spam through the smoke. But they're not actually using it for when the retake is happening. So Optic, plenty of time to put down the utility that still they have. And it's super interesting. So again, there's the fault line I'm talking about for Finesse. And they're going back to the mid control.
Prowler, the gate crash. Yeah, Optic have a very clear, actually, that is the first bit of misdirection that we've really seen come through for the last 5 rounds. He has taken that teleport, that gate crash into mid, This time it's a fake.
Yeah, but Cloud9 at the same time is up to hijinks of their own. Got a Bucky on Vanity, playing close towards B. And it's only Mitch playing the A side.
He hears it, gives Finesse a little bit of damage. Armor gone, but now he has that Rolling Thunder to work with. Now again, we see this. Is that gonna see anyone? No, it's not.
The double ult possibility here, Rolling Thunder and
Face your fear!
the Nightfall as well. Tracks them up and stuns them up potentially. But they don't even go for it.
Yeah, and a Paranoia out from Curry counters that out. They try to explore towards A. Mitch plucks one out.
30 seconds left.
I mean, this is just giving me the same vibes as round 2, where they almost lost the anti-eco. This time there's actually a force behind it.
Cover going out.
Indecision from Optic.
Off your feet!
There's a Rolling Thunder. And this time a little bit more value as Zeppa falls. 13 seconds left. They've got to funnel onto the site, and they've got to do so soon, but you still got Vanity back sight with the Bucky. He's gone unchecked. Is he going to swing out? He is. He swings out and he gets finesse. Now the spike isn't down, and they're going to run out of time. The clock expires. The round goes in favor of Cloud9 in probably the most unconventional way that you could have imagined.
They're just in their heads about these anti-ecos. And that's not only one on this map, but they lost 2 on the other map as well. These 4 spies that Cloud9 are pulling out. They're getting the right reads. Even when Optic is second-guessing themselves, which is hard to do. Because if they don't know what they're doing, then Cloud9 also, how the heck are they finding out what they're doing? It's really difficult. They just stick with the same plan, though.
You want to play? Let's play.
Mitch as an operator. One that he purchased. Well, yeah, he gets the free one, and it pays off. Great opener out onto Curry.
Shadows traveling.
And Marv, oh, he gets cleared out. Yeah, the fragment, the bullets, it's a bit too much. You can tell trying to leave a little trap for Cloud9, but they're wise to it.
Yeah, he did that last time.
Couple rounds ago, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, where they just stuck him there. He threw the market smoke. There's another dimensional drift. Finesse is going to have his fault line up in just a second, but most of the time, the first time we saw it, they used it really, really conventionally, right? Just scouting where they are, and he got no info.
But he did get space. Look at him, he's up in heaven already. Got 2 players down low. One of them's already fallen. Second one, you hear the Hunter's Fury come through, and Leaf is able to take care of 1. He gets a second, no way! Leaf gets 3! And then dashes away, 4 bullets left. And yeah, he's going to have to do the 1v3 in order to get this round for Optic. He's got the tour de force,
30 seconds left.
but he doesn't have the spike. And he continues. Push forward. The Headhunter gets 1. 20 HP. Too many targets to deal with. Mitch is up. We highlighted at the beginning of the round. Ends to be what it turns out to be what closes things up.
Again, Cloud9 really capitalizing on moments economically, where they put Optic on the back foot, and Optic will call a timeout. I really do like the idea here, but Leaf is wise to it, right? The TP up with the dimensional drift all the way back. There's a decoy as well coming out at the same time from A main. As the push is going on from A main for the rest of his teammates, and Victor's pinching up through heaven. That should have really worked out. It really should have.
Yeah.
But Leaf is a maniac.
Yeah, you mentioned Leaf was wise to it. It also helps when Leaf just doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you're just able to click heads like that, wisdom helps, but the aim comes through at the end, and you know, you take a look at the stats, and you go, well, 8 and 7, sure, whatever. But those 3 kills there at the end, and the fact that Cloud9, while Optic have the lead, Cloud9 seem to be in a position where they've kind of kept Optic on the back foot for a lot of these rounds, really keeps them in this fight.
And the timeline shows something interesting, too, as well, that I think we've seen, right? Obviously, from those rounds that actually unfolded, but 2 rounds have been won from time from Cloud9. Optic is taking things really slow. Other than that, they're hitting the A site, right?
This doesn't look slow, though.
Yeah, but even
punch up A.
They can't just push through, right? Because of the conditioning that Cloud9 is doing. They're throwing this knife. close on A main sometimes, and so they have to play back. And that gives Cloud9 time to do things like this from Leaf.
Tries to tuck 2 Prowlers in his face, the Cloudburst to get away. What's the play here?
Such an ult focus for this team. It's that same execution before.
Paranoia hits Curry, tries to trade it with one of his own. Victor has slipped his way in. Is he going to find the kill? He is. Is he going to check Hell? Leaf still down there, still trying to cause problems. And they haven't cleared him out yet. There he goes. Finally goes down. Vanity's playing up in heaven. He's got nothing but a Vandal. And a couple of shock darts that may prove to be problematic. Spike down. Mitch is left in a 1v5. Balla, you mentioned that this hit looked identical to one we'd seen in the past, but that almost looked flawless.
That was the first time Cloud9 really tried to hold on to it, all right? For the most part, as soon as they actually are getting pressured on A, they're falling off and playing a retake. They did the one round where Zeppa had the KO ult to try to retake with. That was a little premature. And then also pistol round as well. They let him in. It's difficult to deal with, man. I'm telling you right now. There's 4 different agents throwing their utility. And I can't see a world where Mitch holds on to this, although... Yay falls. Finesse trying to come around the corner, and yeah, okay, no op saved. Which is even worse. This is the money situation right now, but they've got a lot of ults and knives as well. They could easily go for this. The Aftershock close door. They've got Victor coming in with flashes on his gate crash really, really deep. Like a jet dash. Or anything else like that. And then the rest of the team comes in. So if they could deal with that initial barrage from Victor, maybe they can hold on to that. But also, if they don't get into A main like this, then they're not going to be able to fight steps before. Yo, he's got to be. When he watches the VOD, he's like, oh, thank God I TP'd a little early there.
But that's where you see some of that conditioning up from Yoru goes through! As Leaf tried doing something with that Blade Storm, but unfortunately isn't able to find any value. 3 pistols left on the side of Cloud9 here in this 3v5. And Zeppa's gonna get pushed off, tries to tuck tail, tries to run away. Isn't able to do so, yeah.
Oh my goodness, the reach utility right now is flawless.
Prime gaming flawless, you could say?
It's a prime gaming flawless reach utility round. There's the Aftershock to not allow Zeppa to fall back after this initial fight goes terribly for Cloud9. Almost worked. And then the fault line 2 onto Curry. They've just got to keep barreling this A site, Doug. I mean, there's nothing. Leaf can't get into wine. They can't even go aggro on them. And then when the hit actually comes, it's so strong.
Yeah, from that timeout, things have certainly turned. Look at that, a hand thrown over to Mitch. He's not able to land the shot. Sees that gate crash coming his way. Flash. Fake teleport, though.
Mitch didn't even blink on that fake teleport.
Fearless.
Wonder what in the round actually gives him the cue to be able to do that. The other thing, too, he's trying to peek into the out of the smoke as stuff goes down. Potentially catch Victor. Not spotted, too.
That one's a real one. Victor's gotten all his way into market. Seems like it's going to be a hit B. And they have full control, man. There's nobody on the site. You see the Nightfall come through. No trills gathered. Information that there's no one back there. Perhaps an Command can find something. Leaf not able to find a ton off of that flank. Yeah, he got one. He got his. But that's all it was. The spike down. Curry has ult. Does he use it? Where does he reposition to? First stop kill goes in favor of EA. Now numbers their way. And Mitch is just going to save.
Finesse got that ult up on with the spike plant, too. And I think this is absolutely the right decision, given that information. Sometimes you'll see teams push into that, and it's just round over, essentially, just because he gets that spike plant down. This site is already hard to retake as is, and with a Breach ult at the same time added into the mix. Talk about cringe comps, man. Optic is pulling out everything lately. They're really leaning into it. I said this last week. To see them continue to lean into the things that won them a championship is really, really nice, because oftentimes you see teams revert back to comfort.
Yeah, you either die to the cringe or you live long enough to fully embrace it. That seems to be what Optic has done here. Again, a fade, a Yoru, a breach, everything in the kitchen sink.
Yeah, if you're just joining us right now, you're scratching your head wondering if this is a show match. Right?
What's going on here?
No, this is week 2 VCT. Optic doing a little bit more experimenting. And this looks, to be honest, Doug, out of the 2 matches we've seen so far, we saw them play against FaZe with a Neon comp. This looks more rehearsed than that Neon comp, right? This looks like something that they were actually working on.
That round may have looked like a bit of deja vu, and because, well, for good reason. A lot of it really played out almost in the exact same way. This time, no fake teleport thrown. Mitch still has middle of the map with the operator. The spike rotating A. This time, there's no trap and wine. Curry's still playing on site. And again, silence.
Cloud9 is scared to do anything, given the punish that they've had over and over. The Haunt is going to spot him. He is spotted.
Yeah, the flash, and there he is. He drops. He's really, at that point at best, it's a one and done. Leaf again down in hell, this time not getting the 3K that he got before. It's just one. Spike's going to get planted. Crashies is going to get that through, and Victor has ult. Crashies pushing forward, able to take care of Mitch. And Zeppa, who is a fiend on Icebox, in a position to get this 1v2. Prowler in his face, has to reposition, reload. And with all of those audio cues, you just don't really know what's real anymore. The flash out, the swing, spots one behind Jenny. He's going to have to deal with them as Victor swings out at just the right time to get the third.
Unreal from Optic again on that A execute. You see how impactful that Haunt is right there. I mean, it just sees everything. All the way in the corner. Curry can't do anything. A wide view of it as well. Not caught by the stun, but caught by the flash and the Haunt too.
And it's really perfect timing because Curry's in a position there where if he's not flashed, he's able to clear out that Haunt. Right? So you see the combination of those 2 bits of utility really just kind of secure the round for them.
Yeah. And something to note as well is they're going to do this regular A main control thing. Let's stay back for the... I think he might have heard him or spotted him.
Yeah, the paranoia!
It missed
Shot
again!
lands.
Curry
He gets a second!
That's twice we've seen massive paranoias miss from Curry, unfortunately. And that ends both Zeppa and Leaf's lives.
Yeah, double fisting there with the op and the tour de force. Because in a lot of ways, 2 is better than 1. See Marv going to use the ult, and my goodness, he stuck it.
I mean, how does he predict that Mitch is pushed here? Did he break a trademark or something like that? I mean, he must have.
Oh, I mean, it's still in market.
No, I'm talking about the Ace trademark.
Nice out from Mitch to hold that back, and now they're in trouble. They're going to have to rethink how they want to go about this. The paranoia not landing. Mitch into position to find a third. Oh, just on the other side. Mitch pushing forward, shoots, has to back up, has to give the space up, and he's punished. 3v2 in favor of Optic, and it's just Spectres on the side of Cloud9.
30 seconds left.
Spike makes his way onto the site and should get planted. How the heck do they do this, Paula?
A Haunt as well, way above main.
They're getting spammed through. They don't even give them room. They don't give them an inch to try to work their way in. Vanity gonna have to take lane, and Victor's just like waiting gladly. Baiting and anticipating, letting the space go so that he can work his way in and clean up the kill, but the smoke is going to provide some cover.
Give him a gap on the backside.
Vanity dropping forward. They swing at the right time. Curry falls. Vanity's not going to be able to do it. Marv gets 3 on the round as Optic get to 9. A flip from Icebox to this. The composition seems to be working just fine. We're going to halftime, friends. We'll be back. We can try to predict what's going to happen, and we can postulate, and we can take out notes and chalkboards and figure out what's going on, but the truth is there's no way we could have predicted, number one, a composition like this, and then number two, a scoreline like this. Balla, the question now remains, this Yoru Breach Fade combo, can it find the same success on the defensive half? Can they close this out quickly and get us to Haven?
Yeah, I think it's actually going to be a shift in mentality actually for Optic on this map, because I think that the retake possibility is going to be too strong to avoid, right? And previously, they've been trying to stop plants from going down entirely, right? They've been shifting their focus, shifting their tempo to deny plants, especially when it comes to that B site. But with this comp, I can't see that being the case anymore. And also, without the KO, they won't have as much support on defense in a lot of different situations. They'll have the Victor flashes, but those are slightly easier to deal with when you're hitting a site.
Looks like they want to hit A. You've got Leaf, who's already made his way up Cat. Marv swings around. The Ghost not able to land the shots initially, and the Frenzy wasn't either, but Marv walks away with that duel. Spike still hasn't really made its way out towards A main, and now it's going to go. The smoke providing cover. As Finesse, of course, free gun, cleans up Zeppa.
Yeah, just waits for the switch to pop. Uses that smoke. Finesse is on one today, man.
Certainly is, but Vanity might be on one too. No, it's Ye, the headhunter at the end, that cleans up 2 to get Optic to 10, and Ball, the window of opportunity for Cloud9 to get back into this, it's closing very quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean, it might already be closed, to be honest. With that pistol round win. The only hope is, and they didn't get those kills that they were able to buy a Vandal in from the last time, right? So it's going to be just a force as everybody's even footing. And I think potentially the right choice, right? They've been having success with these anti-eco or these eco rounds against Optic, who's been weak in situations like this. So just play for them. And that's right now, obviously they've committed to it, their only hope. But I also think that it's the right choice overall.
See the Prowler clearing out B main. I was curious to see if Victor would take some of that space, and while he considered it, backs up a bit. While Cloud9 have taken mid for almost free.
They still haven't also revealed. It's just been classic so far being fired off. Now they know, as A marks the Spectre, that it's a force. But that could change the mentality, actually.
Oh, Victor's going to have a lot on his hands. You can see the gate crash is set up to back B too, so he should be able to get a kill and then pluck away. A la Rendezvous, not able to get the kill. But he's hunkered down back site, and that's exactly where the spike is headed.
Oh, this knife's not going to spot anything either, which is actually kind of better. They know players are going to be playing back site.
Zeppa pushing his way forward. Crashies falls too. Seems like the Forest, at least for now, is panning out, but it's a 3v3. Make that a 3v2. Vanity and Curry remain for Cloud9. They have to push their way forward. A paranoia in his face, but they somehow get the kill. And now Marv trying to reassess, trying to reaggress. Yeah, there's no real easy way out. They fall. It's all going to be on a 1v1. Curry's so weak. Oh, yeah, he's so healthy. He's got the spike in his hand, but there's no way out. 15 seconds left. And Ye can just hold. Teleport. Ye doesn't take the bait. Curry has no options here. A smoke to provide some cover, and that's just enough of a window for him to make his way out and plant the spike. Now the real game begins. Curry in his smoke. Swings out, and Ye snaps on him. 3 on the round to get Optic to 11. And the problem was, Ball, as tense as that was, the truth is Curry was so weak in that duel that it was almost unwinnable.
Yeah, I also think that Optic played the way they should have all the way in backside, but they kind of got themselves stuck after that knife from Zeppa kind of reveals how they're playing in the back of Boathouse. And then once they actually do get a couple kills from it, Victor holds on for a long time. They're all stuck fighting in the back of side. So both Ye and Marv could basically just hold them in that position. They have to fight their way back out. They can't plant in that spot. Or they could have waited for Curry's smoke earlier. Either way. Optic. Wow, actually with the spike plant and all the kills that they've got, Cloud9 investing a lot again. And they've actually got a Vandal. Somehow.
Right here.
Drone to clear the way. As Leaf pushes forward, you see he's already activated the dash, gets the kill, dashes away.
Flash here from Arm, potential.
Spike down A.
Yeah, they're just able to get what they're looking for here. Number's still in favor of Optic though. And the spike is a pretty brutal spot. They have some sightlines into it too. Mitch snaps. He gets a second. No way he does that. Look at that. Cloud9. He'll live to fight another day.
I mean, why are they just running through a smoke there, though? And Mitch has control of the site, and they should have known that. So they're literally walking into a crossfire. I mean, I don't know. It's a little weird. And they've actually forced them to go on an eco. This time. Leaf gets the first kill, just peeking up Cat with his dash. It's actually crazy. If you look at the first kills of this game, Optic has 11, Cloud9 has 4. And what else does that have? It's the scoreboard. Literally exactly playing out with first bloods. But the important part, I think, from that is that Optic has changed from week number 1 to week number 2. Last week, they actually lost the first blood duels to FaZe by only 1. But when they actually won that series 2-0, it's not something you expect. This time, they're actually winning those engagements on both maps overall. And on this map specifically, it's actually looking like they're converting.
Look at that double flash off the tap, and they were wise to it. It was a fake. Curry's able to clean up Victor. We have to remember here the gun difference is pretty considerable. I believe Ye used that tour de force at the beginning of the round towards A, and at least for now, it's not going to get very much action as the hit is B. And they're just looking to get out of this as cleanly as they can.
The Prowler's an interesting drone ability, right? Doesn't really clear with vision like the Trailblazer or anything else does, or the Boombot in some cases as well, where it goes active. So you can see why Mark pushes past that. And it's clean from Cloud9. Very, very clean. And that was a round where, again, because of how they did on the last one with the force that they had, catching Optic unaware, putting them in positions where they're clearly uncomfortable. I mean, every single anti-eco that we've seen Optic play has gone bad in some way. There hasn't been one that's been clean so far this entire series. Now we look to the ult of Finesse, as it looks like Leaf is going to make his jump right over top and not even firing the trigger. Honestly, when he expected that float.
You mentioned Finesse and his ultimate too. You could tell he was posted up. Fault lines towards A main right at the very beginning with the information gathered from Ye's peak. But now the spike has made its way to B. There's no one on site. A couple of players in market, but that's it.
Not even a trademark, so it's Victor holding from a deep angle. And if they do decide to try to walk out, for example, get really bad, but smoke's down, so...
Oh, that's going to be a problem. You hear the Hunter's Fury come through as Zeppa tries to dance in the smoke. Curry's already fallen. Spike hasn't fully made its way out yet. And now we go Zeppa swinging around off the flash. The paranoia is going to push him down into logs.
But nobody with that. So they're waiting for the ult this time from Finesse.
Yeah, it's a tempered approach here. Shock dart, Zeppa falls. Numbers further in favor of Optic. And he's going to have to find something here. He's got a Guardian, and no, a couple of shots to the side of the head. Now the Rolling Thunder comes through. Leaf gets flashed up. Stunned up. Nothing to do here. Nothing at all. Optic are going to get to map point.
Yeah, really, I mean, you said it. Consider it in their approach slow to actually retake the front of site. Victor uses his ult to clear out Mitch, who's actually in B main. Doesn't necessarily spot him, I don't think, or maybe he did and TP'd away after he spotted him. Because he went deep with that dimensional drift. Oh. Zeppa's
timing is
fault line
nuts.
with that. So it's the opposite usage of what everybody's expecting right now when they say your breach comp. Right, he's going in with this TP based off of the fault line, not the other way around.
Now Optic do still have 2 ultimates to work with here. The early fault line out from Finesse. But through that, it seems like we want to push forward anyway. Marv's going to get tagged up, has to give some of the space up. Well, it seems like they just want to put the finishing touches on this map. They've already gotten Leaf. Mitch has his ult and a shorty to work with. And it looks like they're about to give EA a lot of targets to choose from. Yeah, and patient, man. Yeah.
That's hard to deal with. And they could go for a high load too as well. And
He has his fault line back. Doesn't take much for him to get in. Curry, what? He sticks that. He pushes in. And he falls. It's just Zeppa and Vanity, and now it's just Zeppa. He's got his ultimate. It's a 3v1. There, that ultimate comes through. Zeppa looking to keep this map alive. At least for a little bit longer. He's got so many targets before him. Does have the spike in tow. He's able to find the first. Nothing doing. It was.
I'll just be honest, I don't know what's going on anymore. Optic is not lost in the sauce. I think they know what they're doing. Clearly, every single comp change they're making. Yeah, they are making the sauce right now. It's ridiculous. So this is going to be the Victor's first time playing Raze on Haven. Whereas Leaf has a lot of experience, actually. Cloud9 was experimenting with this a lot towards the end of last stage. But it's a fast C-split, already up in Garage with the Boombot.
They do have 3 players here, and you see that Vanity has already rotated over, dropping some utility, but Zeppa sticks his barrel into his ear, and it's actually Mitch who gets the opening kill as Zeppa pushes his way forward. Kills get traded back and forth. Numbers Cloud9, at least for now. You look at Mitch. Gone undetected. Vanity on that breach is already causing problems. Mitch gets 4, Cloud9 get the first.
That was so high-paced, complete difference already from Optic. Last map, they couldn't really go fast because of the KO knife. That was just denying them the space, denying them the execute potential. This time, right off the bat, they try to go for vintage Optic C-split that we've seen so many times. Finesse loves this map specifically because that strategy is just so good for him. And it allows him to go for crazy ideas later on. But now, we see already a little bit of the usage here. The aid from Leaf almost takes out Ye. But I was going to wait, double satchel already into the B side as well.
Pace is totally different. Paula, we were talking about it in between maps that the pace has been so slow, but they're looking to speed run their way through this attack half. They're able to keep things back for now. Cloud9 still with all the guns they could possibly want. Mitch gets another kill. He's looking to land the record for the world's fastest tour de force ever. He's now 1 point away from it. Finesse with the spike down in a 2v5, and, well, sure. Why not, right?
Nice. He goes first there, dies, gets that tour de force online. And that's actually huge for what's going to be a super strong bonus now. Not only in chances to win, but also just economically how good it's going to be as well. Optic gets the spike down, though, so it's a massive buy from them as well. And we'll have to see. They're using the Prowler and the Boombot to take a lot of space at the same time and actively cancel a lot of different angles. I was talking about how on Icebox and honestly Ascent as well, both fade usages, it's really difficult for the Prowler to actually actively clear like everything in a wide open area because it chases only in one direction. Double satchel, grab all the way down, aftershock as well to deny that space back, but Victor's just fighting. And the pace that he tries to get on Neon right now, you can see he's trying to do the exact same thing.
It's just not happening. Curry. Kills get traded back and forth. A little 1-for-1 is a spike. And the rest of Optic turn their sight towards the B site.
Where are you?
We're in a spot here, but they're surrounded, man. There's nowhere for them to go.
Last player standing.
And the kills again continue to go in favor of Cloud9. Bali, you mentioned how massive of a bonus this was because they could bring in the tour de force. Mitch bought a frenzy. Man, they've got money for days.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. And I like the idea from Optic. After that haunt doesn't get broken, they just walk in, cut noise, and hope to find picks on both sides because neither side is smoked. And it could have worked out. With Cloud9 aware, they just fight with it. And at this point, you start to get a little concerned.
Nah, come on, it's early.
Mostly because Victor's not being able to find, I mean, every single fast-paced thing that they've done, which is their game plan so far in this game, has failed. And it doesn't even look like the idea is good in Leaf. Oh. I talked about it on Icebox, but the chamber nerf is going to really become an effect here on Haven specifically.
A sneaky son of a gun waiting to pounce. You can see the trap, it's set.
He hasn't even placed his alarm bot.
Yeah. Effectively have surrounded what remains of Optic. And again, you see on your screen, folks, it's just pistols. Right? Not a whole lot to fight back with. So it's already an unfair gunfight. And then you've got nowhere that's safe. Off of the utility usage, you see Leaf starting to creep his way forward while the rest of Cloud9 give up the space. They're playing a bit off on A. Now Vanity up in heaven. Oh, there's the flank. It's been spotted. No kill yet. But the thing is, now they have to peel back. They have to deal with what Leaf's going to do, and they do. How much more can they find? Off of that, they've lost control of the site. They've repositioned it. Just 3 that remain, and they're all playing off Victor. Marshall not finding anything. Oh, they killed one. But that's it. Crashy's not going to find anything. Zeppa gets 4 on the round as Cloud9 matched that number.
Leaf for so long heard everything in that round. The one worry they have is Curry staying over towards C. He has to be jump spotting long C. But everything else he can hear. And all the footsteps that they were making along for the longest time allows them to just make the right plays. He goes for the flank. And 3 players from Optic have to fall off to deal with him. And that gives time for the retake to actually happen now. Again, going for this A short, grab well. Fault line 2. Satchel's in from Victor.
And you got to commend them on it. They know what they're about. They know what they want to try to do. But you have Mitch's op. And 2 targets just on the other side of the wall. A knee!
Face your fear!
Made believe. Yeah, I believe this is also the first time Optic have had an opener.
Super clean, and if anything, what we saw on that first map, or the second map, could lead to a round win right here. And this time they're much further spread, and there's no flank that they have to deal with, so people can be on point, on target.
And they have a Rolling Thunder, they have the Cosmic Divide, they still have Crashy's utility to work with. They're going to have to get through so much if they want to get a chance at this thing, or Vanity just tries to stick it. Why not? Because he just swings out in the open and then he drops Victor. How are Cloud9 doing this? Crashy's just going to have to get more, but he's getting spammed through the box. He falls. How have they gotten it to this? But it's Yay in a 1v1.
This TP's way too far.
Yeah, but there's not enough time. Zeppa just has to stick it. He's got to push the fighter. He's got to get out, and that's exactly what he's going to do. That was way closer than it should have been.
Oh, the TP actually allows him to get the final kill, too. Oh, that Rolling Thunder put Vanity in such an insane spot. After they know he tapped the spike, he's just on top of a box inside of A. Right here. Vanity gets ulted. He lands on top of the box.
Player standing.
Just like they drew it up, I'm sure.
Yeah. And they do convert that first kill. This time it was Marv just cleanly walking up on the angle. Denying any peeker's advantage from the op of Mitch.
Yeah, I'd love to have seen his POV there. He couldn't have seen much.
Smoke denies the entry from the boom bot. We've seen them pair that with a Prowler in certain cases. This time they don't, so they don't manage to take it. And Trailblazer to re-clear that space.
And Baller, we have to draw attention to the fact that the tempo has totally changed.
Absolutely has.
And this is much more Ascent and Icebox.
But given the position of Mitch,
I dropped the spike.
this is going to explode really fast because they know they're going to rotate off of the fact that he's playing long A, spotting the cross.
Satchel out.
Instead, they go for the same A-long protocol that they did last round that netted them the round win, but it's 40 seconds left in the round.
And they don't have Rolling Thunder.
And that's a lot of utility being used right now. They're going to use the Cosmic Divide to try to take the site. But this is so late.
30 seconds left.
Again, the dump of utility is gorgeous to watch, but can they get the space that they need? Zeppa's already fallen. Victor gets the opener. So far, so good. 13 seconds left, though.
10 seconds left.
There's enough delay. And he had a paranoia in his face, but a bit later than expected, but they do manage to get the spike down. And you wonder here if you're Cloud9, I mean, I guess you're up, but you've got an op. Yeah, it doesn't look like they want to play this at all.
Yeah. And as Optic just got the last round win as well, wanted to reset, starting to accrue the loss bonus. They definitely want to hold on to these. With so much still to play for, I'm actually surprised Marv was able to get out that Gravwell nade combo in the back of sight in time. He only had 2 stars when it started. Either way,
I'll find you.
once again, fantastic haunts coming out from Crashies. They've really done their homework. It's landing on top of that box on the right side of your screen right there. And clearing a lot of sight. Being able to even spot some players if they're not tucked back sight. And a little bit into dark too. So strong. And you talked about the pace too. That was a 40-second left A-long take. Let alone the hit that came at 30 seconds. And it still works out for them. There's so much utility that Cloud9 has to fall off sites in certain cases. And that's exactly what happens there. Nobody's able to help the players who are actually defending.
Rinse and repeat. Prowler into short. Double satchel to take a main space.
Bravo long. And I do like what Mitch is doing, but I want to see them go further, Cloud9. When this A protocol has happened, they really haven't been exploring any other sides of the map, and it almost always so far has ended in a hit. And with the information that he has, I think he can almost confirm that again. Same thing because Leaf is all the way up in Garage. Curry,
Teleport's ready.
not really quite sure where he wants to play.
I mean, the Prowler, you see the Astro Stars go down. Now you've got the flashes. You're right, Mitch still moving a little slowly, but Vanity's able to hold fast, at least initially. Spike goes down. They're going to be able to pick it back up, though, and reaggress. Seekers pushing them back. And if they can't get past this, they're going to have to deal again with the flank of Mitch. Like we saw a couple of rounds ago, it was Leaf who was the nuisance, the gnat that they had to try to get rid of.
They have the spike.
Oh, the role has changed. The problem is the same. Victor manages to get the spike down.
They can't plant in the conventional position that they've been trying to do, which is 4A long, but Victor pops his ult and delays a little longer.
Marv is ready for it, man. He knows. He's waiting.
He wins another nasty angle fight.
The thing is, as the defenses start to weaken on the site, you've got to reposition, but they seem to be holding up okay. Marv and Crashies, the only two that are left.
Mike's
And
coming.
Marv again in a position to cause heroics. He snaps around, but Mitch right in between the eyes. Crashies left in a 1v1, and the new star for Cloud9 wins it out again.
Team A.
Patient on that flank. Super patient for Mitch. And it works out. Because Marv's not able to pull out another nasty shot. Again, though,
Yes.
they continue to go for that A-long control, and it just continues to go into that ridiculous A execute. The exact same thing as on Ascent. All right, they're a completely different team when it comes to these executes this year. Over and over and over, they're hitting the site and not having anybody be able to do anything. That time, Vanity gets a kill inside that smoke, but he's left isolated. Nobody's there to help him because everybody else has to fall off site. but the retakes and the trademark push or change from actually Cloud9 working out really, really nicely. 2 times when they've actually gotten that flank off. And this time too, the control they had long C, with the info they had inside a garage.
We get another technical pause coming through as they come in threes, or so they say, which should mean, I may be jinxing us, that we shouldn't have any more. But alas, there was another disconnect. We'll get back into it as soon as possible. This is off of the backs of Optic calling a timeout, and you can't help but wonder, Bala, you're right, they continue to slam their head against this proverbial wall on A main as they try to fight for control. They've changed tempo, and while they've had some mixed success, the timeline really tells the whole story. It's not working.
Yeah, getting sight. But Cloud9 able to defuse 3 times. And they really haven't worked the map like they normally do on this, right? Oftentimes, sure, they go for a lot of the same stuff that we're seeing, controlling a lobby, but they pivot. They're able to pivot. They're able to throw fakes. We're just not seeing that so far. It honestly feels like they're, in some cases, in these first 2 matches so far, both against FaZe last week and this week, scrimming it out. The way that they're just executing over and over. Super interesting. And if the other group has something to say, it's going to be close this season. This is going to be the closest stage of the year.
You know, we've talked so much, Bala, about how coming off of their win in Reykjavik, Optic obviously stood atop of the world. And you wonder, coming into this, back into a domestic setting, is there an element of complacency? It's been so difficult historically in the short time span that we've had for teams to repeat, right? To reestablish dominance after reaching the top of that mountain. Yep. And Optic, they seem so hungry just in their innovation, man. Think about all the stuff that we've already seen out of them in just 2 weeks of stage 2, and you look at that and you go, yeah, they are fully committed to reinventing the game, to setting the pace, and to reaching that apex yet again. Yeah,
and it's super interesting because at the same time, they're doing it within patch changes, right? Within changes within the game itself, forcing, for example, Ye to completely commit to Chamber this season, for Crashies to pick up the Fade as well, for them to drop Sova entirely. We haven't seen that agent from them so far. I mean, that is crazy in and of itself. Hungry is definitely a word I'd say, or I'd use to describe it, but it's really hard, you're right, to actually execute it. And right now, they've already lost 1 map. They're down on this map too. Only Ascent went their way. Final map, down 3 rounds in the first half. And finally, we're seeing back towards that garage split. Fast 2 Prowlers, Boombot inside of garage.
And look at Cloud9 taking space A main. I mean, almost gladly as soon as they feel pressure on the western side of the map. They reaggress elsewhere. It looks like the spike is going to end up B, though. The question is, do they try to push through into A-Link? Look at Leaf. Leaf's in a great spot, but Ye snaps on him and drops him. And he continues to push forward, hunting and trying to find another. The Trailblazer's going to push him back, though. And now the Rolling Thunder.
He gets away from that, though.
Yeah. And you can tell they have traps on the other side, too. Crashies is posted up in C-Link. But the paranoia in his face, and Crashies gets it anyway. Spike ticking away through all of this as the members of Cloud9 just kind of dissipate. Very well played by Optic.
They just walk up into the B site, pick 1 player off, that's Leaf. Ye hit the nastiest flick on them, but I do have to think, especially given how everything else is played in this round. Actually, no, there was some space between him and the next player. So Leaf could have seriously done some damage if Ye doesn't flick him, but best players in NA for a reason. And I think definitely after that timeout, after the extended tech as well, let's spread the map a little bit more. Let's try to actually catch and force Cloud9 to be making these push and pulls on other sides of the map. Fast though through B with the double satchel.
Paranoia in his face. Victor has to drop the nade to create some space. As the spike doesn't make its way in, it's going to reposition towards garage, and that's where Curry's waiting.
Where are you?
He's just got nothing but a frenzy, though, man. Well, that seems to be okay for now.
I was going to say
Flick
Victor's
is pretty.
not close enough to actually trade that there, but at least he makes it happen.
Upgraded a weapon. It's a 3v3 here, but they only have one rifle.
Curry spots 2 with that.
Now they've got flashes to work off of. They've got the fault line too. The fault line, the flash, the swing out. His kills get traded back and forth. Vandal's still in play for Cloud9 as they looking to bring this thing back. Curry not able to land the shots as Crashies controls the spray and gets Optic to 4.
And they just walk their way up. After a lot of pressure in B, they pull the rotate of Curry off. And I believe Zeppa as well. So that they have to rotate towards B. And then they just take garage and they work up C. Really nice stuff from Optic, pulling them in different directions. And that's what I need to see from Finesse's calls. That's what I need to see from Optic if they want to win this game. But look at this. Leaf wants to walk down mid while Mitch holds his B window. And that might give him a massive flank on the fast push that Optic wants to do towards C.
And you see Zeppa just flashed out of garage to get info too and to create some space so they know that that area is safe. See the ult come through. They're going to take C, and it's going to be for free.
They're not capitalizing on that flank early as well. That space was taken. No damage done.
Boy, that was close. Now you see the rolling thunder come through as it's going to push them back. Hits 3. They have info. They have a really good idea of where most of these players are, Ball. This is going to be a very difficult retake.
They're just denying so much space, too. There's a stun still available from Marv behind the wall.
So much delay as it's inevitably going to erupt out of garage as kills go back and forth. Zeppa with 2 big ones. As Crashies back sight. 1, 2, 3! How much more can he find? Oh, it's Ye who gets it at the end. That hold from Crashies was insane.
They set him up for it. Yeah, another player peeking early, gets picked off, and then Cloud9 lackadaisically walks in the back of sight. And I have to say, Marv as well, the delay finesse too, the rolling thunder into spawn to break up that hit that was coming through. Right before that, the player dies in that exact spot. So why would you check it again? Because of just that. Crashies hold strong. And ever since they've swapped off of this, they've won 3 rounds in a row now, Optic have, after that timeout.
Oh, I'm so freaking excited. We promised the people at Gigabanger, and for maps 1 and 2 were both pretty lopsided slaughters, but this is shaping up to be the perfect cap to this series between these 2 heavyweight teams. Cloud9 with a very broken bye here, so they shouldn't be able to get much going their way. But of course, nothing's guaranteed in this game.
It's just so nice to watch these 2 teams play early in the seasons. Last season we had to wait till playoffs till it happened. And Optic took the win there in a 3-map series. Now we get to gauge the strength of both of them as we watch this anti-eco for Optic. It hasn't been pretty with them so far this series, but the first kill starting off down on short. It's much better as the approach is going to be a good read again over towards B.
Victor dashes forward, Mitch falls instantly, but the kill's traded. Curry! Oh, I had a position to get more. There's just not a whole lot of time here, man. They're going to have to go fast. Marv with 3 on the round so far, but the spike just out of reach. He's going to have to hurry up.
Oh, that's...
Is he going to be able to get down?
Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
Vanity kills it at the end. How does the round end that way? The Red Bull clutch off of pistols. The aftershock. What?
Dude, I was laughing there right before the execute actually happened over towards C because I said, oh, it looks like they're going to make the right read and go B. But then they second-guess themselves again. And this aftershock, how does that kill him? It's coming through the wall at logs. He's playing B.
Satchel out.
Come on, man.
Let's start this party.
And they're going back to same old faithful, which hasn't been so
You
faithful
want to play? Let's play.
so far this game.
It's held a little bit this time. You hear the tour de force was used at the opener of the round. Leaf has his showstopper too, and that's exactly where Optic seemed to want to go. Mitch not able to land the opening shot. Leaf patient. Well, there goes that showstopper, but they're not going to give him anything. Oh. No shot. Ye gets that through the smoke.
Trailblazer re-clears long as well, but Marv's going to take that time to actually lurk up into Mitch's op. And again, he just stops once he spotted him.
What a shot out from Marv! And now Curry's going to rotate over.
You want to fight it?
Oh,
Or at least it looks like he's still thinking twice about it. They're not fully sold that this is where the hit's going to be. The Cosmic Divide comes out, and they quietly creep their way forward on the other side of that wall.
Zap, I can't believe he's here. Are they going to check this? Are they going to double push through this with a flash or something? No, they're just going to go for the spike plant.
And they have no idea. I guess they could assume the flash, the snap, the kill. Oh, but Curry gets it to a 1v1. Again, the new player for Cloud9 in a 1v1 against arguably considered the best player in North America. Silence breaks as he clears out the rendezvous, and now Curry repositions. Around Dice, into the smoke.
Oh my
God. No
God.
way, like two ships passing in the night. The tap, the swing around, but Ye seems to be, gets the positioning. He does, he gets the third on the round, and we're tied up at 6 apiece. Again, we promised you a Gigabanger, friends. Haven is delivering. Do not go anywhere. Cheeks in the seats. We'll be right back. This is exactly what everyone wanted and anticipated. When you look on the calendar and see these two teams, this map is what you would expect. It's going to be a race to the finishes. We're tied up 6-6 at half. I am Doug, and with me is Bala. Bala, now we get to see Cloud9 on attack, and it looks like they're going to try to push mid right off the bat.
Yeah, definitely. But still want to also put that fault line down towards A, deny Ye the space to watch that. I'm more interested in where Victor is going to play, because when I saw this comp immediately, I'm thinking, okay, they've got basically 2 grab wells in the C's.
Yeah.
And if they pair that up nicely with either fault line or also Victor's paint shells, raise nades, that could be devastating if he's in the right place at the right time.
A little bit of info gathered. Victor feeling the pressure coming his way.
Grenade.
No way, Leaf reaggresses into this.
Crazy.
They're refusing to give up an inch, and Victor wins out that duel.
And he thinks that that nade is going to actually hold the space for him, but instead Victor actually takes advantage of that. So, right down to a spike plant on B.
So these nerdy little micro fights go down. It looks like another one is due in Garage. The Haunt breaks the crosshair placement. Vanity's there to clean things back up. A little bit of utility push crashes off. Meanwhile, through all of that, the spike was planted. And it's just ticking away. Look at that. They just want to take the fight. Oh, and Zeppo was on the flank. Yay on the tap finesse. He's going to have to clear out everything headed his way. A 2v2 here remains on the site. And Mitch in a great position to deny this, but he's got to land the shots onto finesse first. He does.
So many bullets still.
The chamber duel here, and Mitch wins that out onto Ye. Cloud9 won the pistol in the second half.
And they were spread so well on that one. After actually Mitch walks in and taps the spike plant, they realize, hold on, Optic's not challenging this. What they are challenging is Garage. And while that worked out for Optic at the beginning, especially after they push out and Crashes gets another kill with his Haunt, they actually make the call for Zeppa to flank around, who's 17-9 right now, by the way.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Cleans up the last kill in Garage, and at that point, they have to play those long-range retake angles on B, which are close to impossible.
Blinded.
Not much of a buyout from Optic here.
No. But what they are doing is really taking space early. You saw that immediate Haunt over towards A main, not broken. So that allows them to walk all the way up because they know there's nobody in lobby, but still. hit continues.
I mean, there was just no place that was safe there. You saw Marv was in a world of hurt. Pinched in from garage and long.
Last player
Almost a
standing.
surgical take out from Cloud9. And now Ye's left in this 1v4. He has 4 bullets left to the Headhunter. He's going to have to be perfect here.
You know what I miss?
What's that, Paula?
Yay on Haven with a Marshall. I know the Headhunter's
was
good,
pretty
man,
good.
but I just, there's something about that.
Poor guy managed to get all the way up to upgrade the weapon too and just get spammed through the smoke at the end.
That was nice. Still from Cloud9 on the anti-eco, recognizing, okay, they give up some space over towards A lobby, let's just take the rest. And the fact that Zeppa's already in garage while all that's happening too, not Zeppa, sorry, Leaf in garage is super strong
They are so
to add to that execute when all the utility's coming out.
That's a good spot.
And now we will swap over to this A-long control. That's awkward.
You want to play? Let's play.
Takes a little bit longer than anticipated, but Leaf manages to get where he was looking to go. Also, had to draw attention to the fact that Mitch, again, early in the half, has a tour de force to work with.
Yeah, the same situation that happened last time, right?
Yeah.
On their bonus. He's playing so well. And a lot of people say Leaf Zeppa always on this team. But Mitch is a close second, in my opinion.
Yeah, put him on notice. Often goes under the radar.
And he does go under the radar in this straight up into B. Much like what was happening on Icebox. Over and over. In that case, it was Leaf exploring those angles, but this time Mitch too. He gets a Vandal to actually add to this flank. This is crazy.
He's got, oh man. Info, 1, 2, easy.
Round's over. It's just over. I mean, what a flank. The pick originally finds finds
30 seconds
the
left.
chamber before the trademark goes in, and he just walks in. Actually, is there even... I don't even know, man. That's just such good game sense.
And you see it on both sides, right? Like you look at the setup there. You even take a look at what just happened, where they denied or delayed the plant just long enough for Vanity to go ahead and farm the orb, get one step closer to the Rolling Thunder, and then plant the spike. It's very clear to me right now that Cloud9 have a read on the game. They're maximizing every single area that they can. In economy, in ultimate economy, they're getting everything they want right now.
Yeah, but also Optic there. I mean, they know they lost the pick on B, right? They know that. They know that there's potential for somebody. I think maybe I have to wait for the replay, but
You don't have everything memorized.
I'm really wondering if there's something wrong with that trademark.
One enemy remaining.
Hopefully we'll be able to take a look here. See, because no, I think you're right.
Because there's no reason for Finesse not to be aware of that after he gets that kill. So, first kill, yeah, okay. Look. This trademark's a little too far. Yeah, he's still alive in that corner. And that's why Finesse is not looking. Slight blunder there. And it cost them the entire round. Curry smoked it, actually.
Yeah, he's fitting into this Cloud9 roster just fine. Bit of delay here as Optic look to fight for A main control. Just one rifle in the hands of Marv. And they've taken some space. Now Cloud9 understanding there's at least that. There is at least one Vandal in the opposition's hands.
Rotating all the way back. Rolling Thunder here from Vanity. Going the opposite side of the Vandal too, and Leaf is so far in, but the flash misses.
Yeah, he was able to find one with the Headhunter. He still has 7 bullets to work with. And again, it's an issue of a flank, man. And again, it's unexpected, it's unplanned for, it's unmitigated as Mitch gets 3.
Over and over, he's just hitting this timing, but it's still a 1v2. And Curry's got the great position to shut it down. Marv can't check that at the same time. He's clearing so many different angles. Well played. Again from Curry. You're talking about fitting right in. Really, there hasn't been much to criticize for this kid. And that's the flash a little too far away from the angle that Ye is holding. Still, though, convert the round either way.
4 rounds of this half go in favor of Cloud9, and Optic throw the brakes on this thing. Try to think through what needs to change in their approach, because for all intents and purposes, it's just been fumble and stumble the second half for Optic.
And again, I was talking about I was thinking a lot of combinations here possible for Optic. This is a comp that I think should fare decently well on defense, but right now they're just exploring the holes that are left when you don't have that second trademark. And Mitch is 19-8. He's the guy who's exposing it. You have to be a little bit more aware here as Optic. They're getting stretched way too thin. They've swapped over Leaf in this case, who's been playing a lot of Garage. Not Leaf, sorry, Victor. Towards long A. And there's a seize, there's a nade, but there's just nobody there. A combination just doesn't work out for Optic. If Mitch finds another opening here on this B side, I'll get concerned here. Finesse is playing the great angle, though, to get actually the one player who's going over top. Finesse through. He's gotten close to this, got the spike, but they trade everything. It's all gone. Pick up the spike, though, and Mitch out of there with the rendezvous. We're watching now. Vanity fall all the way back with the spike that he just picked up, but Victor's in such a good position still, and he's got the showstopper. Meanwhile, Marv is pushed down long A, or long C, and the angle is devastating. Gets one, gets away, and even still if they approach, he's got the showstopper to deny.
30 seconds left.
Optic getting their way back into this. Here it is. Nothing found, though. Mitch very low. Still, Crashes is here in time, and again, Marv is on the flank, holding this down. 15 seconds. It looks like Cloud9's going to opt to not go for this.
Pulling them in.
10 seconds left.
Get back to 7 rounds now. Still a long way to go, though.
Last player standing.
Money not a problem here. Too much for Cloud9. Whereas on the other side for Optic, it is. Have to string some together, where economically it's going well. And even that round, Mitch is trying to take advantage of the fact that he is really exposed when you're playing in the new patch, in the new era, where Ye has to peek one side, or he got the opening kill last round, but then go cover another area because the trademark's broken or whatnot. And again, look at the difference between Optic and Cloud9, the way that they're taking long A.
There.
Leaf is committing to it himself ahead of the utility. Oh, gorgeous flash, but Victor gets the better of him. I'm not sure about this. Rolling Thunder to try to group up
Where are you?
and find a couple in a lobby, thinking that they're committing down sewers. And all it does is actually push Cloud9 back. They wait it out. Clear back long A. And I'm interested here because Marv just put a smoke down on long C, the top of it. Deny vision. And Mitch has walked in. They're smoking the trademark again. But this time Ye hears it. This time Ye hears it. And he actually uses that information to walk down Garage because he knows there's players exploring there.
And they've taken A control too. How do they deal with the trademark left on the other side?
30 seconds.
Cloud9 starting to smoke up backside. Ye's still there. He's still in Garage.
Down, C.
Oh, Ye's able to get a second. And he might get a chance at a third, but no, it's Finesse who cleans up Zeppa. A prime gaming flawless coming out for Optic.
And look at that. The solution is just to stay near the trademark for EA. Not use it across the map. And it's funny because for the longest time it's been, let's put our trademark on the other side of the map. Let's use it to hold the spot passively.
30 seconds left.
But with the reduction,
Spike down. C.
and also just the way that Cloud9 is trying to abuse it so hard. It's better now to stay close to it. Make sure you have eyes on it. Make sure you're actually checking it every once in a while. This is what Mitch was doing on that first half, by the way, walking down long C. This time it's going to be Ye. And I think Ye, in these cases, gets a little bit more aggressive than Mitch was.
He's tucked his way into Cubby. Still has that operator to work with. While the rest of Cloud9 again tests the waters into Garage.
Go get him.
They're also in a position here where they're starting to worry about the flank. You see the Trailblazer has just cleared out a short. And they've fully spread out here, Ball. They have some options.
Stopping with the exploration of Mitch, though. He's got to lead the charge into Ye here. Ye has a TP set up.
The flash is too deep. You don't clear out Cubby. And Ye gets a massive kill on Zeppa. How much more can he find? He repositions back to safety. You've got Victor, who's playing longs. Victor's able to take care of one. Curry falls. The spike has been delayed up until this point as Victor finds a second, and Victor and Ye single-handedly keep Cloud9 back. Another Prime Gaming flawless comes through.
And it looks like they found the keys. That one, a gorgeous C-hold. From the start, Ye gets the first pick, and Cubby TP's away. Then there's actually Victor comboing with Mards, a grab well on the outside of this. And the satchel play from him, fantastic too. Look, it gets pushed into him. Just beautiful stuff getting that satchel right behind him. And they're really closing the gap now.
I mean, the gap is really, for all intents and purposes, gone at this point. Cloud9 call a timeout as they feel the control of this game, of the series, potentially slipping through their fingers. They still have a lead. It's a narrow one at that. But a lead nonetheless.
Cloud9 now looking for another answer, right? Before it was let's smoke the trademark. Let's really work at it. Let's expose the gap in B. But they know those answers are not always going to be there for them. They're not just going to be able to walk up Mitch. So what is the answer? I think a lot of it stems from the way that they were playing along and being able to push the pace slightly. But economy, low again, but they're going for it, Doug. They just always go for it. Their buy rate on low eco situations must be insane. 2 Vandals, 2 Stingers, and a Frenzy in this round.
I think the one question left to be answered is, will it pay off?
Yeah, but look at Optic. They're walking down long C again. Yay, in a more aggressive angle this time. And Victor hides his way through. The flash doesn't catch him. This is so good from Victor. Great angle. And this setup is meant to trap them. If Ye TP's away, though, they didn't have the wherewithal to clear him last time. This time it'll be Marved to follow up.
You wonder if Curry paranoias Cubby again because they're expecting him there. Yeah, you can't keep getting away with this, man.
Yeah, he's walking with his knife out.
Oh.
Yeah.
They just fall asleep.
I mean, it's a great setup still from Optic.
Right there.
I'm still interested. What was the idea from Cloud9 here as they approach B again? Because Spike was here the entire time.
One enemy remaining.
Finesse in a spot to try to hold. He's able to find one for his troubles, but that's it. We're tied up at 10 apiece. And it was all off the beautiful traps from Optic.
Exploration long C coming way too late. Also, this slight miss flashed against Victor, who's on top of everything. Re-exploring mid after he tucks himself away in a spot that can't be seen from window. And Cloud9 again. No spike plant that time, but light buy that they had last time still affords them money, especially with Mitch's tour de force. And there it is, the Seize Nade combo again, but never has Cloud9 been caught by that.
No, Leaf just satcheled his way through it. A smoke keeping him apart, away from this operator that's currently holding this angle. You can see it, it snaps, it dissipates. And with that, so does Leaf's life. Victor's able to find another.
Down A.
No way, Ye gets another on that. And now they can push their way forward, and Optic once again, the green wall holds fast.
Ye and Victor have stepped it up in these last couple rounds. Ye's gotten the first kill the last 3. And Victor as well, combining with him. It's just so good. Mitch has to recover the spike. And there's a 3-way player crossfire.
Would have been cool. It would have been cool, but Optic take the lead for what I believe is the first time all map, if I'm not mistaken. It's been close, and it felt like Cloud9 was starting to pull away, but boy, have Optic taken over. And you mentioned it, Bala. Ye and Victor have it seemingly put this thing on their back.
Yeah, they have. Marv too. I mean, everybody's combining at this point. But those 2 guys in the last 3 rounds, since they've taken the lead, have been phenomenal. Once again, light buy out from Cloud9.
I'll find you.
Instead of going for that A lobby Seize Nade combo, they're just walking Ye up in a 4th position in 4 rounds. But they're walking long A this time. This could be terrible. They could get trapped. None of them got stunned by that, though.
A Rolling Thunder, the Paranoia went wide too, but the Showstopper does not. Now without taking one with him, Marv has worked his way forward into Link. He's going to clear out the Trailblazer. Showstopper gets traded out, not going to find the value, but that's because the kill went down anyway. Optic, again, in a position where they lose very little. They're poised to walk away with the win. Mitch in a position here to make something happen, but it's not going to. Victor gets Optic to 12. I mean, Optic have looked in world-class form in the second half.
Yep. Well, at the beginning of the second half, it didn't look great. The way they were getting exposed by that trademark smokes.
Yeah, the second half of the second half.
The second half of the second half. This quarter? Does that work?
Yeah,
Does
we'll
that
go
work
with quarter. Yeah, quarter. Yeah, I think quarter's right. Yeah.
Either way, it's match point, man. And again, no solutions to Ye's swapping of positions. And the nice part about it is a lot of times, at least when he's exploring A, he's cautious at first, and then he takes a lot of space. And that's to counter and hold on for at least double satchels. In some cases, he's getting a lot of space fast. Crazy part, too, is they're doing this without any re-exploration utility. All they've got is the Haunt and the Prowlers. You see one go out, be there. But much different than what you're used to seeing on Haven with the Sky or the Sova.
Vanity doubling down, pushing past the trademark. Warv waiting on the other side. Now you've got ults to deal with, and my goodness, this could be a slaughter. Yeah, it looks like Leaf has already fallen too.
They're stuck in Garage. Meanwhile, they're playing retake on the site. But they've got Finesse's Breach ult. And they've got a Cosmic Divide too. Any time that they don't spend getting the spike down is going to cost them right now. Zeppa's position is crucial. He's going to fight a grass bush, though.
He's got to fight more than one. He's got to find more than one. There it is, the first, but he's expecting push coming in the other way.
It's gorgeous from Finesse. The fault line, too, to clean him up.
Mitch able to take care of Crashies. They're staying alive in this thing, at least for now. Curry in a good spot.
Oh, I think
he's going to have to go heroic. It's a 1v3. He waits.
Oh, no.
So patient. 1, 2. Oh, Finesse gives him a shoulder, and he's just going to challenge. He just swings out, and he's going to get the kill and the defuse. The Kings of North America get pushed, but they punch right back.
Finesse closing out there in the final moments against Curry, who had a fantastic opening series, even though they end up going down. Optic lose the first map, and then they come clawing back with 2 cringe comps.
And honestly, Ball of Haven could have gone either way.
Yeah.
That map was so close. Even you think about that, the closing moments of that round, Curry in a position to win out a 1v3 almost does it. On to Finesse 2, you really, you take a look at just those closing moments and you go, I can't wait to see these two teams play again.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Especially as they clean up some of the stuff with these new comps that are coming out, because I might call them cringe just because it's, you know, the whole thing to brag on Chet a little bit. But